With Larvitar Community Day this weekend, I want to go through all the tips and tricks and possible strategies you should know for this community day to take full advantage. Without further ado, as always, let's get right into it, starting with what's going down. So Larvitar Community Day is January 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. Larvitars will be spawning everywhere in the wild during the community day with a shiny rate of 1 in 25. You can evolve Pupitar into Tyranitar between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. and that Tyranitar will know the fast attack smackdown. Note that you can even evolve Shadow Pupitars into Tyranitars and still get this fast move, since Frustration does not block the teaching of fast moves, only charge moves. There'll also be a $1 community day special research you can buy in the shop. You can also gift this to your friends. The time recording this video, I don't know what the tasks are, but it's usually worth the $1 in terms of value. Finally, event bonuses are going to be 3 times catch XP, 3-hour lure modules, 3-hour instances, and 5 snapshots during the community day to get photobombed by 5 Larvitars. Now, the first thing I want to discuss is going to be the 100% IVs for Larvitar in Pokemon Go and what CP values to look out for. On screen is going to be Larvitar's perfect IV chart, which you can see the 100% IVs for Larvitar at each different level. There's only a couple we want to look at. First of all, if you get a Larvitar from research, it's going to be caught at level 15. 445 is going to be the perfect IV for a Larvitar from research, so look for that CP when doing those field research tasks or special research tasks for Larvitar during the day. If you're playing in weather boosted weather, now Larvitar gets boosted in partly cloudy and sunny weather, and you can use a app like AccuWeather to predict what the weather will be for you on community day. But if you are in weather boosted weather, the highest level Pokemon you can find in the wild in those conditions is going to be level 35. 966 is going to be the perfect IV CP for a Larvitar in those conditions. If you're playing in non-weather boosted weather, so any weather other than cloudy or partly cloudy, level 30 will be the highest level, and you're going to be looking for an 891. Other than that, there's a total of 33 other 100% IV CPs, like, the level 18, the 19, the 16, etc. And it's kind of hard to tell if it's a perfect IV, so the best thing you can do is just catch every Larvitar you see and cross your fingers for a hundo. Also keep an eye out on your local discords, as there may be people calling out 100% IV spawns near you, which you can go check for a potential Shundo Larvitar. Now I also want to talk about PVP IVs. If you don't know, you want low attack, high defense, high stamina in PvP. Generally, there's some situations you don't want. So I want to go through what the best potential IVs for a Tyranitar in PvP are. Starting off with the Great League, a 0-15-15 is going to be the rank 1 for a Great League Tyranitar. In the Ultra League, you're looking for a 0-13-11, and then the Master League, of course, a 15-15-15. You can download an app like PokeGenie, which will instantly scan your Pokemon during the day so you can find out how good of a rank that Pokemon actually is. IV set for any Tyranitar using in the Great League and the Ultra League, and then obviously the hundo for the Master League. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be wondering, though, is Tyranitar actually even good in PvP, or what meta relevance does Tyranitar have? So I want to introduce a new section called Meta Relevancy Breakdown. Today we're talking about Tyranitar. Let's talk about what its uses are. Number 1, in terms of PvP, the only use Tyranitar has is going to be in the Johto Cup. The Johto Cup is when only Johto Pokemon is allowed, and when that cup does come back, Tyranitar, and specifically Shadow Tyranitar, does have a little bit of play countering some of those flying type Pokemon like Noctowl, and it does pretty well. Other than that, most of Tyranitar's use is going to be in meta relevancy. Specifically, the Shadow Tyranitar is going to be with Legacy Smackdown and Stone Edge, so you need that legacy move that you can get during this community day. The number 2 damage per second rock type rate attacker in the game, not including Mega Pokemon. So definitely worth getting some candies for some Shadow Tyrantars during the day. Also, Shadow Tyranitar is going to be the number 7 damage per second dark type rate attacker, not including Megas. Now, one thing I do want to say, Shadow Larvitar is not available right now from Team Go Rocket Grunts, which kind of sucks, but do note if it does come back before the end of the year, normally we can get the Community Day Classic legacy moves during December Community Day, so next December Community Day. So make sure you do save those Shadow Larvitars, since again, Shadow Tyranitar, not a bad rate attacker for both types. Just you're gonna need 2 separate ones if you want to use them for different types. That also brings us to the topic of Mega Tyranitar, which is not in Pokemon Go yet, but could be coming soon. Mega Tyranitar is going to be number 3 damage per second dark type rate attacker, and the number 1 overall dark type rate attacker, and then it's going to be the number 2 damage per second rock type rate attacker, and the number 1 overall rock type rate attacker. So all around a very, very strong Mega for both those types. I do want to note though, you're going to need 2 separate Tyranitars again to power up for those types, since you cannot have the Legacy Smackdown moveset and switch it into the Bite moveset for the dark types. You need 2 separate ones because you can't be switching those movesets, or else you're going to be using so many Elite TMs to get that move back. Because remember, legacy moves, once you remove them, you can't get them back except with Elite TMs or special events. Finally, that brings us to the last point, Iron Thorns, which is the new Gen 7 Pokemon based off of Tyranitar. It is the future form of Tyranitar. Now, it's not confirmed that when Iron Thorns does come to Pokemon Go that it's going to be using the same candies or XL candies of Tyranitars and stuff. It might have its own candies and stuff, but if it does use the same candies, you could be preparing for Iron Thorns during this community day in case, they share candies, because Iron Thorns actually has some pretty insane stats. Okay, that brings us on to the next section, which is going to be candy tips, how to maximize on getting candies this community day, since you're going to want a lot of candies to power up those Shadows and regular Tyranitars. Number 1, using Pineapple Berries. Regular Pineapple Berries will multiply your catch candy by 2, and Silver Pineapples by 2.33, but not exactly. It's a little bit confusing how Silver Pineapples work. Number 2, you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon for extra candy. When you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, whatever Pokemon you catch that shares a type with that Mega, you'll get an extra candy. Now, Larvitar is going to be a ground and rock type Pokemon. allowing you to Mega Evolve Aerodactyl, Steelix, or Swampert to get extra candy. You'll also get more XP per catch if you Mega Evolve, so just make sure you have those Megas active before playing the community day. Next up, you can trade during this community day, and this is gonna be a big one. It is the season of Mythical Wishes, which means every time you trade away a Pokemon, you get a guaranteed XL candy, so save all those Larvitars and trade them during the community day. On top of that, during this community day is overlapping with the Lunar New Year event, which has the bonus of increased chance of getting lucky Pokemon from trades. So there's a higher chance you're gonna be hitting lucky, which means higher IVs Larvitars from trades, and also one extra special trade during the day. So make sure you go ahead and mirror trade 2 shiny Larvitars with your friend, because there's a chance that those shiny Larvitars turn into luckies, which means potential Shundo Larvitars from trades. All in all, trading is amazing, especially during this event, because the Lunar New Year event and all the lucky bonuses are gonna be something you wanna take advantage of, and those will be going until the 23rd, so you can even trade a couple days after the community day. Finally, transferring Pokemon on January 31st from 6 to 7 p.m. is Blitzel Spotlight Hour, which has a 2x transfer candy bonus, so save any Larvitars you do not wanna trade or you just got from trades and transfer them then to get extra candy. Now we do have 3x catch XP during this event, so I do want to say putting on a Lucky Egg and hitting Excellent Throws is going to be the best way to get XP during this event, and honestly one of the best ways in the game. An Excellent Throw gets you 1,000 XP. On 3x catch XP, that's 3,000 XP. On a Lucky Egg, that's 6,000 XP per Excellent Throw. Larvitar is not the easiest Excellent Throw in the world, so it will take a little bit of practice, but if you do need XP or you're needing to level up, the 3x catch XP community days is one of the best ways other than friendship. So throw on a Lucky Egg, hit those Excellent Throws, and gain the XP. Finally, let's talk about some Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. What Platinum Medals should you work on during this event? Well, first of all, the Ruin Maniac Medal, catch 2,500 ground types. Larvitar's a ground type. They're going to be everywhere. Also, the Hiker Medal, catch 2,500 rock types. Again, Larvitar is a rock type, and completing these medals does make it easier to catch both rock type and ground type Pokemon. The Picnicker Medal, use a lure module to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon. We have 3-hour lure modules, so go to a busy area, your local area where it's going to be bumping during community day, and be the first to drop lures. Everyone's going to be catching Pokemon off your lures, just helping you complete this medal, and you're just going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Finally, you do have 5 snapshots during community day, so the Cameraman medal have 400 encounters. Just make sure you do your snapshots if you haven't completed this medal, or you can keep doing them to see how high you can get this medal, but definitely don't sleep on it. And that's gonna be it, guys. Those are all my tips to maximize on Larvitar Community Day Classic. This is gonna be an amazing community day. Larvitar is a very, very meta relevant Pokemon. It's a pseudo legendary, like you just can't go wrong playing this community day. I'm so excited because I'm gonna be getting a bunch of shiny Larvitars, which I actually only have like 1, which is kind of crazy. But nonetheless, I wish you guys all the best of luck during the community day. We're gonna see you all in the next one. Follow up to this, everybody. Peace.